Hello, comadres. Welcome to December, the month of celebration. Uh, yes. So last month we had alchemy. We were making a lot of magic happen and all the things were coming together. And now we're going to celebrate. And it basically, all of this started out in possibilities, like way back in August. And it's like been this sort of building and building and building. And I hope that you guys could feel the energy of those things. But it's, to me, a lot of the stuff like in the manifestation, in the, I don't know, just generally living is like, you have to be able to like feel it and dream it and come up with it. And even when you like get the momentum where it's actually working and like it alchemizes together, and here's the thing, then you must have the celebration. This might be the part that I'm most terrible at. I'm not gonna lie, right? Like I'm like, yeah, I did the thing. Let's go next. You too?
Yes, me too.
You do. All right. So today on our live with me and whichever madrina is coming on with me, which I almost never know until the week of. Today we have Ilona Pamplona. As always, I feel like you are the queen of celebration. I feel like you are really good at it, but maybe you're just really good at celebrating others.
I'm excellent at celebrating others. I am not good at celebrating myself. I have observed that in my own world in the past few weeks.
It's fascinating because like these are the pieces. It's like I am also really, really good at celebrating others. I can see it. I can see it coming. I like am ready for it. I want to make sure that you celebrate it. And then when it comes to myself, I just sort of let it go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Like keep on going. Like what's next?
What's next? All right. So let's start with the celebration of you right now. I'm going to start it off with you. Ilona Pamplona this year manifested a book she didn't know she needed to write and then wrote it. The whole fucking thing. She wrote a book. She turned it in 2 days ago, 3 days ago?
3 days ago, Tuesday.
3 days
Tuesday
ago. You turned it in on Tuesday. And here's the thing, like you wrote a book that you didn't know you were going to write.
I did not know. I did not. I was literally told, here, would you like to write this book with a publisher? Let's go. I don't know how we're going to make it work, but we're going to do it. Let's do it. Not my idea, but I'll channel what we got to say.
And the beauty of it was like, they came to you with one idea. You started it and you were like, yeah, okay. Hello, Miriam. I just left Miriam's house. And like in the channeling of that book, like you got to like, there's a lot of pieces of it that need some celebration. So we will start today by celebrating you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You will shortly be a published author.
I can add that to my Instagram bio. I would love to add the etymology of the word celebrate before. Thank you so much, everyone. I would love to add the etymology. So etymology is the study of the root origin of words. And I would love to add the etymology of celebrate into the space as we're celebrating people, because it's also my experience is a lot of people don't know how to celebrate, because I think a lot of us don't know what it means. It's like, what does that mean? Like, yay, congratulations, right? But it's bigger than that. It comes from Latin celebratus, which means much frequented, famous, but it's also the past participle of celebrare, which means to assemble, to honor, publish, sing praises of, practice often. And I really love how there's all these pieces of it, because there's this energy that celebration is not just to make something known, but like we get to practice it often. It's not like a one and done. We get to celebrate all the time. And I'm curious if there's anything landing for people while we go on to celebrate others, because we're not in the practice of celebration in the modern world, is what's coming up for me with that definition or that root spirit of the word.
I think that one of the reasons why celebration is hard is because we think of it as the end.
Ooh. I felt that.
And that's the piece, right? It's like, oh, well, if it's the end, like either A, I don't want the thing to end. That's sometimes it. Or I like like it doesn't feel complete, right? Like I can't celebrate at the completion. Like it can't do anything until it's totally done. But by then, like the energy has like kind of worn out, and then you do, like it's like to bring it back up to celebration is like hard. So I think that like the practice of celebrating like as you hit milestones, right? Or as the things are starting to happen and come together, right? Like celebrating in the alchemy, there is a piece of it that feels like, oh yeah, okay, now I can expand it a little bit more. For me, celebration feels like a lot of expansion. And I think that if you're waiting till the end to do the expanding, that's not when the expanding is happening. And so it's hard to balance sort of the energy of that.
And therefore, that's why we need to practice often. We get to celebrate along the way and not just at the end, even though today we're celebrating completions of certain phases, but that doesn't mean it's the end, right?
Well, and some of it I don't think is the end. I think some of it is like the proof that it's real, right?
Yes.
Right. Like one of the people that we have on here to celebrate is Allie, right? Allie just hit a $12,000 month, right? And for her, she was like, the goal was 10, but she always kept putting the 12 out there so that she was pushing past the goal, right? Like, but 12 was like almost the unreachable.
Yeah.
And then she hit it and she was like, whoa. And that is sort of that like hitting that expansion is, and I was like, okay, but you also have to celebrate the $10,000 months and her word of the year is both and, so which kind of makes it perfect, right? It's like, oh, you're going to celebrate the 10 because that's what you really wanted, and the 12 of like, oh, that's the possibility of like, that can be the norm. That's the new benchmark of the norm, right?
Love
and
that.
like what those things feel like.
I love that. So let's keep on. Can I celebrate you, Jamie? We get, and
sure.
I think I speak on behalf of everyone who's here and watching the replay that I celebrate you taking on the leadership of Las Comadres and becoming our new, high priestess of this community, and all the things that you've done to keep us going, to keep us inspired, and to keep us together. Because I cannot imagine going from like doing things in partnership to being like, I got this, because as a Uber Libra, I love partnership, and that's a big feat. These are powerful women we're holding space for here, and you're doing an amazing job, and it is honorable that you took on that role.
Thank you. I receive that celebration, and I receive the ability to see the work that has gone into it, because it has been good and amazing and fantastic and hard. So, and Gabby is still here, but
yes, she is, and you've taken it on really gracefully and really powerfully, and we're excited that you're doing the big work for us and keeping us together, because sometimes these transitions keep people from making it work, and you're like, let's keep on going. You are the motor that keeps us running. So and as you could see, everyone's celebrating you. Yes, Jamie, thank you.
Yes,
Hands up. Yes.
Thank you.
I see Mio in the house. I think we get to celebrate Mio.
Yes. Mio jumps on and we're celebrating her right away. I like it.
we're not gonna wait to celebrate Mio and the launching of her, or the her first retreat, or like the official first retreat in Sedona. Like so many women gathered. She had this vision since I known her, and she went and she did it, and she made it happen. And the feedback that I've been hearing is so amazing of the transformation that the women had. So Mio, we celebrate you for taking that vision and making it a reality, and transforming people's lives, holding that space. Go you.
Yes, go you. And it was amazing to see this, like, from the idea, right? Like Gabby and I were helping Mio, like coaching Mio with some pieces of it, and to see it from like, this is the thing I want to do, to reality very quickly. Like, I moved fast. It was fast. It was like, oh yes, she was really holding the space, and the feedback has been so phenomenal. Like the lives that have really been changed by it. So congratulations, good job. If in the chat you would like to celebrate any comadres, please put it in there. We have an enormous list, but also celebrate yourselves.
Yes.
Celebrate other comadres. We would love to hear it. And we want to like, really dive today deep into the celebration of all the really cool things that are happening in this community.
Yes. Who? Oh, yes.
Oh, we will celebrate the Witches and Bitches Summit. Hell yes. The Witches and Bitches Summit. I've had this idea for a long time, and I really had wanted to like pull it off in a way that was like held the space and really up leveled a lot of the things. And I have to say that, dude, like I might have opened up the space for everybody, but all of the speakers like really held it down. Like they did such an amazing job really showing up for who they are and who they like really representing like the community and all of the things that we hold very, very dear. It was amazing. And I would like to thank personally Yuri for making a lot of the back end of it happen. I mean, I really could not have done this without Yuri and Kim. I mean, you guys were so amazing and in it were like just pushed it forward. And with that, one of the people on our list is Alicia. She spoke for the first time in public about the bees. I mean, she has her own community, but that's like a much smaller thing. She was like, I've never spoken to this many people. So Alicia,
We're so proud of her.
We totally celebrate you. I'm like not even keeping up with the chat over there.
It's okay. I actually am going to help you keep up with the chat because one thing
Beautiful.
that's coming up in the chat is Yuri, not only do we celebrate you for supporting us with the Witches and Bitches conference, but also your spiritual awakening, the enthusiasm, the joy, the up-leveling that you are radiating is palpable, and we celebrate you and we cannot wait to see where that takes you.
Yes, 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 yes.
I
love Jenny's celebration, right? Because Jenny is celebrating she was like, I'm starting my own business, but I don't want it to be so drastic. I don't need to be drowning over here. And she was like, I would like a well-paying part-time job. A well-paying part-time job. And she landed the perfect well-paying part-time job that really leaves time for her business to grow. And I think that that's such a great way to be able to model that behavior for other people. It's like, you don't have to destroy yourself in your business. Like you can love both things. Like you really can have both. And I love that you like had the thought process of like, I want to build this consciously and I would like the money that this would provide. And it feels really, really good to have both. So congratulations, Jenny.
Yes.
I feel like Oprah right now. This is fun.
And you get a celebration and you get a celebration. But Jenny, seriously, that's magic.
It really, really is. It really, really is. Sorry, I'm trying to like look. I am not good at looking at the chat and talking. I'm terrible at this.
I don't think I've seen any other. I'll keep you posted. I don't see any other celebrations right now. If anyone wants to celebrate anyone else in the community who's not here, and if you're celebrating something and you're here, let us know. That's what we're here for today. Celebration.
Wait, I would like to celebrate Jersey and the quitting of her job. The amount of quittings I would like to celebrate.
Can we do that? Can we do the like free yourself from a job that did not support you? Like, why don't we celebrate that? Because we have categories, really. So and I just want to acknowledge Jersey because for a very long time I would hold a free card Mondays on Clubhouse, and Jersey was always like there, like I'm ready for the sign, I'm ready for the transition, and to see you finally do it is such like, I celebrate you because, you know, me and everyone in the room have been holding space for you to create that possibility in your life. And we know that this is this is a great new phase. So good. And on top of the part of the I quit the job that was killing me, the category is Myra. Yes. Dude, since I've known Myra, she needed to quit that job. And I've known Myra for a long time. And like, she really has like dived deep into herself and like what she wants to create and how she wants to create it. And like, it's just been this like super expansiveness. Ooh, all right, we're reading fees next. And like this really like, like owning who you really, really are. And I think that a lot of times,
you know, when you get to quit the job that you don't want anymore, it's like the freedom is so much that you really get to see yourself.
I have to say, like, I didn't know Myra that well until recently. And my experience of her is she just feels like a brand new person. Like, I feel like the way she shows up is celebration. She's happy again. She's joyful. She's participating. She's out in, you know, in her joy again.
Yes.
So Fee has a celebration. She says, I hit my sales goal for the my IG course, and had a launch last week and hit her revenue goal for the month. Plus, tomorrow is officially quitting 1 year of her job, her toxic job, and going full-time in her coaching business. Yo, Fee, that is amazing results for 1 year to not just quit, but to hit your goals, your personal goals, not only for the month, but what for the year, for the month. And in a week and in a month, like I see the way you show up on social. I am so honored to watch this growth. I see you really growing and making this happen and changing people's lives and changing people's connections to their social medias as like a real viable way to grow their business. Some people are so afraid of it, and you're doing such a fun job with it too.
I love watching these. Like, Fee, I did not know about you at all until you joined Comadres. And then I went into a deep dive of Fee's like Instagram, and I'm like, I love this. So good. It's so good. And like, and what she's doing out in the world, like it's so nice and balanced and not gimmicky. And it makes me so happy.
So not gimmicky. Like, you're so authentic. So we're so glad that you quit your toxic job and are sharing your authenticity on social for other people to share their authenticity.
It's so good. All right. In that same like frame, I'm going to celebrate Mills, who I was about to say Amelia because that is her real name, but Mills, I can do this. I can call her Mills. Dude, this girl's on fire. Like that's all there is to it. In 18 months of quitting her, like going full time with her business, she hit $100,000. She's pretty close to hitting it for the year too. Like, it's actually like probably going to happen in this month that she'll hit it for the actual year. And she took over as president of BNI this year from me, which was very happy. Give her the presidency. I was very done with my BNI. I mean, I love my BNI, but I was done being president. And she really, like, her level of showing up, right? Like, she's like, I am going to do this thing, and I'm going to do this in a way that feels like good for me. And like, she's sharing with the world, like, how to take care of your money. Like, it's so needed.
We can be spiritual. Are
so good. They're so good.
We can all have dreams and we can all be spiritual, but we still got to pay our bills. So Mills, thank you for showing us how to get our bills together. Legit.
Yeah.
And Miriam had a win. She's celebrating getting 2 strong leads and meetings for branding clients who will pay what she charges in one single day. I love it.
Amazing. Miriam wants to be Mills when she grows up, even though she's older than her.
Me too, Miriam. Me too.
And Miriam and I are the only ones that are allowed to still call her Amelia. That's what she told us. But I'm trying. I'm really trying. Mills. We can say the words. We can do this.
We can practice now. We celebrate your name, Mills.
Yes, we celebrate your name. Even though that's what everybody called her until she like, yes, it was just a little switch. It was a little switch. I would like to celebrate Erica Rodriguez for raising her prices. Dude, this is like one of those things that is hard, right? Like, when we get in our head the idea of like, whenever you raise your prices, it's a reach, right? You're like, oh God, are people going to pay this thing? Is it going to happen? I don't really know. And then at some point you get comfortable with it and you're like, oh, I can raise it again. She raised it before she was actually comfortable with it because she saw the way that the market was, and she was super uncomfortable with it, but she did a really great job of, she reached out for support, and Deidre does PR, and she really helped her like write the email and like have the words to be able to say the things if people had pushback. And I heard the other day from Deidre that like she's had so little pushback. And I was like, that's like one of those pieces where you're like, okay, I just needed to know what I was going to say, right? Like I needed to know not so much that the other people did, but that celebration of like really knowing what you're worth and what you need.
The courage and the stepping into your worthiness is something definitely to be celebrated.
And Yuri said, I'd like to celebrate me for dropping a low value client whose work didn't align and asking for the price increase with the current client. And that is, listen, that's a huge one. Yuri did that. Deidre recently did that. And it's like when you can get the people in your, like, these are the people you're going to have to spend the most time with, right? Your clients are a reflection of you, and like really like having them align with you only means that the next clients will align with you as well, right? So it's like calling in the energy that you really, really want. And what you're putting out is always what's coming back to you, right? So like in that piece of celebration of like, oh, all right, oh, wait. Sometimes by like firing the one client, it's like opening up space for two new ones. That's like my feeling on it always.
Yeah. It's hard to do, but like, just like you said, like if we don't get rid of, if we don't fire the clients that are not in alignment with us, we keep on sourcing that. And we want like businesses that bring us joy, that makes it like, that get us excited to keep on going.
Yeah.
So what other bucket are we still in the business money bucket?
We are still in the, let's see, Shirley from LNL Process Serving. Shirley, who's probably the most non-woo commodity we have next to Michelle. Well, Michelle Gray is woo in her own way. Shirley is like straight business people. And she hit a huge money goal. So she wanted to make $350,000 this year, and she's already at 342. It's a big one. It is a big one. And her goal in the next 5 years is to get her business to be a $2 million business. And she'll get there. I mean, she's really pushing it to get there. And like, a lot of it has to just do with systems and like putting these, it's like from taking it from her and her husband to like a team of people. But those are the places of like, when you are scaling, like the scariest parts, because you are no longer in control of it. So sometimes it is just like the letting go of the control and like really like pushing it up there to be able to like step into it.
Yeah, get some more.
All right, go ahead.
So Yuri says she'd like to, you wanted Mia first? Okay. So Mia says, I'm celebrating making over 50K in 2021 and surpassed it. I'm celebrating the release of my Divine Journey program in Q1 2022. Yes.
Good job, Mia.
Yes. Yeah.
So good.
So much business juiciness here.
I feel like this live should be a virtual party. Yes, it is. Yes, we are going to be doing this all month. And this is like the energy that we really want to be bringing into the celebration of this month. Like we want to be celebrating you all month. We are doing a super cool contest. I think we are going to talk about that now. We'll probably talk about it again, but like, Alona, why don't you tell us about our super fun contest?
So for the comadres watching now and in the replay, we have a contest with Instagram, and we have we put it up the other day, and there's still so many details both on Mighty Networks and Instagram. But if you go to Las Comadres Instagram or on Mighty Networks, our contest is an Instagram post about celebration. And I'm just going to update one of the rules, because the rules originally was an Instagram reel. And apparently you can collaborate even as a regular post. So as long as you tell your story about celebration, and we have some prompts in Mighty Networks, and you post it on Instagram as a collaboration post, so that Las Comadres can also be collaborating with you in this celebration, the story that gets the most engagement will win several prizes. So we have a first, second, and third prize. So third prize will get a Cafecito surprise box, which is, there we go. Comadres mug with some Comadres coffee. And then second prize is a Comadres tote bag with some journaling, and right there we go. Look at the Untamed journal. Thank you for my Vanna White. And then for the grand prize for your storytelling expertise, you will get a Yeti microphone, to support you as you build. So someone mentioned before that they
They
loved our
also get
microphones.
sessions with me too.
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh my gosh. Can you let's talk about your sessions. Tell us about your
Sure.
sessions, Jamie.
So we are going to do a session, a planning session for you. So I want that microphone. Yes, Miriam, we are ready for you to do an Instagram story. And Jenny says the story still give her anxiety. Guess what? If you do it in a post, you can record it first. You can record it first in Reels too, right?
Yes, you can. By the way, if you need information about social, don't forget to follow Feig. Go ahead.
Yes, exactly. Feig can help you out with all of these things. Yes, your session with me will be a planning session for the year if that's what you want. If you have a project idea, it'll be like, come in and we'll do some strategy. It'll be really fun. And I would love to, I cannot wait to see who wins this. I'm really, really excited about this because I love like hearing everybody's stories. Like this is, if you guys did not watch the storytelling masterclass, you should go back and watch it. Deborah, I cannot say her last name, Driscoll, something like that. She was so good from story. She was
magical. She was
magical
and really set the framework on how to tell a story that brings people in, because sometimes we tell it very like straightforward and it's not engaging, but she really taught how to tell stories. And the point is, we don't just want to hear your stories, we want to celebrate you. And that's why we're asking you to create a collaboration post, because in Instagram now you can do a collaboration post where before you publish it, you can tag someone, but actually do it as a collaboration, and it shows up on Las Comadres feed as well. So if you're celebrating something, we get to celebrate you together within our community. So if you're go on to Mighty Networks, and if there's someone that you know gets to be celebrated and they're not responding, tag them in the post to let them know that we're running this contest, because we're really excited about celebrating you, comadres, with our networks and not just on your platform. We want to share you with the world.
Yes, exactly. And listen, the reason that we're doing this contest is because I was talking to Alona about like celebration and how to highlight more comadres and like all the different things that are happening on Instagram and all the different things that are happening on different platforms. And when we started talking about like the way that we can do collaboration posts, I was like, it's such a cool way to like meet new people for comadres, but also for you guys to be able to be introduced to our community as a whole. Like this is who they are, and like how those things can make everything just expand. Like the growth that is here is the parts that make this interesting. I mean, one of the reasons why comadres existed has always been to just introduce you to the next person, right? It has always been like in this community, like there's always a little bit of like, oh, you're already verified, right? Like, oh, if you're here, then you're cool, right? So it's like, okay, like let's meet the next person, and what can come from it. I mean, how many comadres collaborations? All right, comadres that are here, can we start posting the collaborations that you have seen or you have had? Because I would love to celebrate those, right? Those are the things that I think are super interesting and really, really fun. Witches and Bitches was a great, like, just that was like a huge blow up version of it, right? It's like, I mean, everybody that spoke, Ali and Maya had never, like, they do very, very similar work. And when we were talking about their different talks, they were going to talk about something different. And then they were like, why don't we just talk together? And they created something so magical. Like what they created was so, so good. And it was interesting to see like two people that knew each other have such chemistry to be, because they're so excited about the work that they do and how they really transform people's lives. And it was really this like interesting space of like, oh, they do like really, really similar work. And the collaboration was amazing.
Phenomenal. Yeah, collaborations. I'm also thinking about like even communities can collaborate. Like I can't help but think that thanks to Las Comadres, I got to learn more about Women for Success nonprofit by being in the Queen's Cup with Mio and Erica and Sage and Ana Paz, and like how we got to like plug into that community and how that helped Las Comadres, how we're helping Women for Success. Like that's also part of like the celebration. By us helping them, they get to they get to give $1,000 scholarships to brand new women entrepreneurs. Like, hello, celebration. Hello, Lauren. Thank you for your stand for women in business. Like, we get to have more of that in this community, right? And we get to like share that celebration too.
And like the ability to be like, every time someone's like, oh, well, I'm in this other community, I'm like, great. Like, this to me is the most exciting, right? Because as you have, you know, the only way that community ever builds is for new people to come in and introduce new people, right? And for the people that have been there for a while to continually like bring in people that they're like, hey, this will work for you. This is, you know, this is what it's for. And
Yeah.
like a lot of people have said to me and to Lauren and to Vivian, right? Because all three of us do a lot of stuff together, but also all have our own communities. And it is this really fascinating idea of like, oh, if you were in one, you wouldn't do the other. And I'm like, no, that's not the point. The point is to like just keep building, just keep expanding, and like really be able to support one another in all the different things that are happening.
Yeah, totally. So who else? So those are the rules. We're doing that online Instagram contest. You get to post. Now it can be a reel, or it could be an Instagram post that you collaborate with. So the main thing to make sure you're in the running is you collaborate with Las Comadres. If you have questions, drop it in Mighty Networks. And I want to make sure we get to celebrate everyone we had listed to celebrate, Jamie.
All right, let's go to Steph.
Steph Lee. Steph Lee.
She finally got, okay, well, I think we also have to celebrate Jenny in this, but she finally got her website out into the world.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming. Jenny, we celebrate you for getting it actually out into the world.
The collaboration.
The collaboration of that. And really like, listen, Steph is somebody who's, it looks fire. Steph is one of these people that is so great at connecting people, so good at community, so good at really like celebrating how everybody else is winning. And then she will be like, I'm not going to finish my thing. And I'm like, dude, get it done. I mean, yes, I have been yelling at her. Everyone knows I have been yelling at her. And I was like, when she was like, I'm going to work with Jenny, I was like, thank God. Thank God. Because this is the thing, a lot of times just to get over the last piece, to get over the hump, to get things out into the world, we need other people. We always need other people. And the ability to just like push it out, everybody needs support. Everybody does. So like, to be able to be like, okay, I need that help. It's so, so good to be able to ask for it and receive it.
Yes. Oh, so proud. And Miriam said, I know that Steph has been talking about this for a couple of years. Same, Miriam. I've known for Steph a couple of years, and I was like, it happened. It's like giving birth to a baby. She made it happen. The baby is here, and we cannot wait to see where she takes that.
All right, in the theme of things that have been waiting around for years and years and years, I am going to celebrate Gabby Felici. Gabby Felici has been writing a book for 15 years, on and off, like not like straight. She has written the book 4 full times. Like there's been 4 versions of the book. Do I have it? I thought it was like on my desk. I was about to show it. It is, I cannot wait until it's published. Like I literally cannot wait to be like, Comadre's here. It is so good. It's so good. It's in the editing phase right now, and it is such a beautiful like piece of work. And I've read 2 other versions of it, and this version, it's like she needed to have her life experience to be able to pull it into the like final version. But it is some really, really, really magical work that's going to go out into the world. So Gabby, we salute you in this celebration as well. It is really, really cool to be able to really see it.
And get her wisdom finally. I really get to give her wisdom.
Yes. All right. I'm sorry. I'm like crossing all the things off. All right.
So I want to celebrate Lillian because when we talk about collaborations, I don't know. I know a whole bunch of comadres who have gotten their logos and their work done by Lillian. She just has such a beautiful way of bringing beauty into the world, into our brands. And she was awarded what was she awarded for? She got a special award for her work with the Vizcaya Gardens, right?
Yeah, she got like a design award for her work with Vizcaya. And then we want to know the cool thing about that is that she wanted 2 years ago, she was like, I would love to work with Vizcaya. Like she just like put it out into the universe. I was like, I would love to work with Vizcaya. And then like she kept saying it and people heard it. And they were like, okay. And somebody connected her to Vizcaya, and she's been doing all of their print material for I think like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And it's so beautiful. Like it's such beautiful work. So we celebrate for that. She also manifested like $50,000.
Yes, she did. For her ancestral home.
Yeah, she was inheriting her grandmother's house, and she was like, I don't know how, it's like in not great shape in Brazil. And she was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I want to own this land. I want to turn it into something really like cool and possibly like an Airbnb or like a retreat property. And she was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And then she was like, I just need like 50 grand. I just need like, she manifested the money. Like she was just like, what? So it was such a cool space of like being able to like really open yourself up to, and it came from a place like she did not know. Like it was like a loan of some like that you don't have to pay back for like 5 years. It was some really strange, really like that space of like, this is what I want and I don't care how.
She was, and that was in the month of possibility. She was open to possibilities.
She was. All right, I think a good one to go to from the possibilities realm is Vivian.
Oh yeah.
Well, first of all, Vivian decided the possibility of just started having children 2 years ago, had a baby, is now pregnant again. After she was complaining how she couldn't lose any weight, which was like hilarious because she was like, then I found out. But also she pulled off like a huge crypto conference, like huge. Big named, big conference, like, and there was like back end of it was like, dude, there were things happening, and it came off with like out a hitch. It was beautiful, like absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, amazing.
And her business partner was featured in Forbes yesterday too.
No way.
Yeah, Dr. Tracy.
Yes, congratulations.
Yes. All right. How about Judy?
Oh, Judy. I'm so excited for Judy. She moved into a new place. Such a beautiful view. And what I love about Judy is she was in the possibility of what else is possible for her with her knowledge and her wisdom in higher education. And she started taking on clients, on independent consulting clients for education. And I'm obsessed because I lived in that world and I know how exciting it is to be able to support people outside of the rules of your job and really create possibilities and expand in that way. So Judy, I salute you. I witness you, comadre. It is such a beautiful, great step. And also like, it's just kind of like, she also kind of like Lillian, where it's like, I don't know where it's going to happen. I want to do this thing. And she started getting clients. So it's not even like, like she had everything in place.
Happened with where she was moving. Like she was just sort of like, maybe. And then like a week later, she was like, oh, I got to move.
Yeah. So like, look at all the possibilities we're creating, comadres. I just kind of want to say like, y'all are magical. We get to celebrate you.
We get to celebrate all of you. All right. In that same realm of like possibilities and turning into something they weren't exactly sure. How about Jelly and Valerie?
Oh yeah.
They were like producing their own clothing line. Like they were, and it was they have 2 jobs. They have a social media, they have a like marketing company, as well as they run Posh Parma Styles. And in that, they were having a hard time figuring out how to scale. They were like, we want to do this thing, and they were coming out with collections, but they didn't feel like it was like going fast enough. So they went back to DR and they were like, we are gonna like we want to bring this here to this island where we are from and really be able to help the people that live here, but also produce what we're trying to produce. And they're coming out on the 10th. They have a whole new line.
Yeah, so exciting. Like, it's so exciting. Once again, starts with possibility. You sit in the land of alchemy and then you get to celebrate the results. Such
Exactly.
a perfect example of how it gets to happen.
It's so beautiful. Yuri said, can we celebrate Mariana for the Weekend of Bliss retreats? Yes, yes, yes. She's on our list. Actually, she was next. I went to both of them. Life changing. That would be the best words. I mean, Mariana, man, and Alicia, because Alicia did all the food for both retreats.
Yes.
And she had never, she had cooked for large things, but never for multi-day retreats.
Mm-hmm.
It was flawless. Like the whole, yes, Alicia's the queen of the kitchen. Flawless. The whole thing flowed so easily. It was so beautiful. So many people had so much growth. The food was phenomenal. And I'm not a huge fan of vegan food. You didn't even notice. It was so good. So good.
I haven't tried yet, but I cannot wait to try.
Oh, so good. How about Christina Redick?
Oh, yes. I forgot. I wrote that one down, but I forgot what it was.
So after, a year and a half of pandemic, can't have races, Christina Redick runs a triathlon. And so the return of the mighty, say the word.
Mujer
triathlon company, they are back. And they pulled off a virtual event that was really, really cool. And then they had a live in-person event, I think last month, that came together really, really well. And she was really happy with the results of it. And the triathlon community, the marathon community, all the running, all the different races, it's been hard on those people, man. We need to move a lot, and if you're not doing it and there's no races coming, it's hard to train for nothing.
Right.
And so knowing that these things are coming, it feels really, really good.
And I think she even got an extra license for the Mighty Mujer. So she just, really committed to this vision and supporting this community. Amazing.
Yeah. Yes. How about Gigi?
Oh, Gigi, or one of our new comadres. She just started her own permanent makeup company. So so she started a business and she does permanent ink on eyebrows, and she's going to be expanding into other services. She is in the New York area, but she's going to be coming down for trainings in Florida. So comadres in the Florida area, keep your eyes peeled if you want some fancy cosmetic experiences. Permanent.
Listen, my non-existent eyebrows might need some help. I'm not gonna lie.
Luckily, I wear glasses. She's your girl.
I was just telling Jasmine kind of that this morning. I was like, I think as I get older, my eyebrows are getting lighter and lighter and lighter. I think I need some help over here, and I am terrible at drawing them in myself. It looks weird.
Gigi is
my gal, and we can go straight into Jasmine Kenna from that.
Perfect.
All right. So Jasmine Kenna is the greatest comadre that never shows up for comadres. Everybody knows her, but she never comes to one thing ever. I don't know if she's ever been anywhere. She's also one of my favorite people in the world. But Jasmine Kenna, she really started her business this year stepping into human design and all of these different pieces of it, as well as yes, she started doing subliminal messages, and they are everything. The one that she did for me is it's phenomenal, because I know what's she tells you what's in it, because you don't want to be doing weird stuff, but
right.
It's amazing how the words that she is saying come up in conversation.
Ooh.
Right? It's such good affirmation. I know Yuri's been doing a set of them as well, and has had really, really good results. I mean, it's really amazing. And here's the thing, Jasmine hates technology, hates it. She is adamantly resistant to it. And she was like, I've known Jasmine for a really long time. For a very long time, she would not go live on Instagram. She would not do any of the things. And then like one day she made the decision and she's killing it.
She's so good.
Killing it. And so her last
it's on her website.
Yes, it's on her website. She has ones that you can just you can buy and download, but she also has ones that she will create specifically for you. So, and those are really cool. So she had the last piece of resistance for her was taking professional pictures. She has not ever done a headshot. Jasmine Ken is also like one of the most photogenic people I know. So it's hilarious to me that she doesn't want to do it. So anyway, she finally did headshots. And she's launching this really cool podcast program next year. It's a human design podcast platform, and they have like 9 different podcasts that are going to be running off of that, and they're going to be adding more as time goes on. But that launches, I think, in January.
That is brilliant.
They basically forced her into taking her pictures, but her pictures, she was like, I don't want them to not be me, right? And how often do we say that, right? Like we're like, oh, I don't want to be not authentic. And they are so authentically her. They're so good. Like it makes me so happy to be able to see, like really see people do the things that they are terrified of doing. And she's been one that like this year has like stepped into all the terrifying things.
Yeah.
Along with so many other comadres. All right, comadres, what are some of the other things that we would like to celebrate? That was our very long list of people.
And I'm sure we missed some. I am like 100% that we missed some. That's why we have the Comadre Celebration Contest, bringing it back. We want to hear your celebrations, comadres. If you did not hear us celebrate you on this, maybe we don't know about it. Maybe you get to tell us in the story, whether it's a reel or a post that you collaborate with Las Comadres on, the rules and all of the information you need to collaborate. If you don't know how to do it, is on Mighty Networks. You have from now until the 21st. So we've got a little less than 20 days left for this. It doesn't have to be long. We just want to celebrate you. We want to celebrate you. Let us share your stories. Let us celebrate you, whatever you created this year, with everyone in the world on the interwebs that we can get your message to.
And you can win cool prizes.
Yeah. I mean,
we cannot hear you all of a sudden.
I think I hit the mute button. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So if I didn't already have this fancy microphone, I would totally be fighting for that, but I'm not. So you get to win this beautiful, like a microphone that helps you take your storytelling to the next level. So you can tell everyone what you're celebrating.
I know you can sound like the amazing Alona Pampalona on the very fancy mic. All right, so we have a few minutes left, and in the theme of celebration, like I think that it's always good to be able to like talk about the pieces of it that are hard, right? Mm-hmm. Like there's always the other side of the thing, right? And celebrating always feels like, oh, it's so good, but it's hard sometimes. So what are some small ways that you like to celebrate, or what can like push you over? Like what are the comadres in the chat? Tell us, Ilona, tell us what are some of the things that like feel good?
Well, so I have this weird thing that when I accomplish something, I celebrate with lobster rolls. So I take my sister or whoever's with me. Sometimes I just do it by myself. And that's like, I'm a Taurus moon. I celebrate with food. Okay. So I go get myself a lobster roll. And that for me, and I save them for special occasions. Like if I could eat lobster rolls every day, I would, but I don't. And I wait for special occasions to celebrate with my lobster rolls.
All right. Well, as long as you don't hold the special occasions too high. Sometimes there's a good just small lobster roll celebration.
Yeah, there's but I also, like I said, I also can't be eating lobster rolls every day. So I
every day.
Like this book, like I haven't gotten my lobster roll yet, but like I know that as soon as I get my first payment for this book, I'm gonna go take myself out to a lobster roll lunch or dinner.
If I wasn't highly allergic to lobster, I would definitely just take you for that damn thing. Maybe I'll just take you for something else that's equally as fun. Oh, comadres, how are you celebrating? Oh, yes, Yuri, I love this. Wants to celebrate herself for doing the comadres daily practice for most of the year. So yesterday, Kim and I were discussing the daily practice, and we are gonna, in the month of January, use that as another like check-in and bring back the daily practice. And I'm going to make Yuri talk about it because Yuri has been doing it since she joined every single day, the daily practice. And if you've not seen the daily practice, go into courses, and it's called Gift Daily Practice, I think is the name of it. And we will let you see it. It is not a long practice, but it is definitely something that like grounds you in the morning.
It's intentional.
Or in the evening. It's very intentional. It's very fun. All right, let's talk about some events for this month, unless we have something else. Mona, you look like you're about to say something.
No, I was going to ask how you celebrate or how you like. Yeah.
For me, celebration, I need people, because I need a lot of people in my life in general. As my
triple split,
as my triple split self, I need a lot of people. So like, I like parties. I like celebration. For me is like, and because I am also a super Taurus, I need a lot of food. So it is usually like meals with people. I need people to be able to celebrate. And like, sometimes I noticed this about maybe 5 or 10 years ago, probably like 10 years ago. I used to wait for others to call me to celebrate. And I know, and like, I stopped. I was like, oh, I want to celebrate. I want to celebrate me, and I want to celebrate me in this way. And so like, and it's amazing. As soon as you say the words out loud, people are like, yes, let's go. So it's always food, and it's always lots of people.
So what I'm hearing just before you go into the events of the month is, comadres, like, don't wait for someone to call you to celebrate your life. Like, put it out there so that you can be celebrated, is what I'm hearing in that share, Jamie.
Yes. I like that. Maybe I need to tattoo this on my forehead. Okay.
We'll make a bracelet. It'll be easier.
It'll be easier. All right. So today at 3:00, we have the moon report. I think this is the celebratory moon report of this year. So it is the last moon report of the year, because the next one falls in the middle of Christmas, and this is what Marlene is doing. Marlene is going to be taking a little bit of a break from some things. And so this is the last one we are going to see from her until March. We're going to do some other things in January and February. But so if you want to see the moon report, go. It's going to be great. Next week, we have Cafecito on Monday, as always. We have co-working on Thursday. The following week on Wednesday, we have Cafecito every Monday. We have Sister Circle. Oh wait, I take that back. Today is not the last moon report. The 17th is the last moon report of the year. So today is the new moon report, and on the 17th is the full moon report, and that's going to be the end of the year report. She's going to do like a full year of all the things that have happened and all those cool things that are going on. Bonus Cafecito and Cafecito on Monday the 20th is open to the public. So if you have people that you would like to join Las Comadres, this is always a great way to have people in. On the 21st, Erica is going to have a live demo. I think it is on holiday makeup. Oh, nice. And the beauty salon, the beauty benefit salon, I just want to call it the beauty salon all the time. The beauty salon is like, she's doing some really cool stuff over there. She's bringing people in to show you how to do stuff. The people that she had on for the makeup were amazing. Like their lipstick, I was like, I need 3 of those. They're like really, really cool. And then the hair was awesome. And so everything she's been doing has been really, really cool. And that is about it for the month. We might still have a Comadres Christmas party. I haven't put it together yet.
And don't forget the contest. I'm going to remind you of the contest because we only have until December 21st to receive your entries.
Thank you. We are going to keep talking about that contest. And anything else you guys have going on? Oh, and co-working too is not on. Oh, yes, it is on the 21st. Also on the 21st. That's how I skipped over it. I'm sorry, Miriam. Miriam is hosting co-working in the afternoons on the 21st at 1:30 to 4:30, the second Tuesday of the month. Sorry, I did somehow totally miss it when I was looking at the tiny little writing. Yes, I love going to Miriam's co-working because like there's always something creative going on in there, and I feel like I get so much done in those afternoons. So go check it out. Comadres, we would like to celebrate you all month long. Keep showing up, keep doing the things. Let us know your wins. Let us know also if you want to celebrate that you said, fuck it, you're not doing it anymore. Those are kind of my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. Ilona, as always, thank you for always celebrating and for helping us out. And for talking about the contest no matter what.
I'm so excited for this, y'all. I'm not participating. I'm going to help with the evaluation, so I can't wait to see it all.
It's going to be really, really good. So thank you, everybody. We appreciate you and keep celebrating, man.